Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Joe Burrow. The dude is not playing Pee Wee football. Have yourself a day. My goodness. Lots of stuff to break down. I think you are going to absolutely love this one. Let's get into it. Welcome to the QB School. Joe Burrow is not playing Pee Wee football. My goodness. Getting it done right here. Left guard blown back. Burrow does a great job keeping his balance, vision, going to his left, throwing a dime, first play of the game. Nice way to start it. My goodness. There's a lot of things to really like about Joe Burrow's game. I personally love his just ability to be able to do this type of stuff, whether it's that dramatic where he's getting smoked, or his pocket protection of the ball, being able to do sudden movements and keep his vision down the field. Really unique trait. If he got a chance to play this thing out, he'd probably hit the corner up top to the number 2, just working a smash. Obviously, Ravens depleted all over the place. No excuses. Actually, there's a bunch of excuses. The whole league has got excuses for what's going on COVID-wise. But right here, the ability to stay up on that hit and to use his vision, protect the ball, getting outside the pocket, 2 hands on the ball, throwing a strike down the field, to every time I see the film, what I think is Ocho Cinco. But I mean, look at the left guard. Just boom. And then to stay up, but then he's so natural with his 2 hands on the ball. Right back to 2 hands on the ball. Eyes down the field, throw back across your body, going to the left. The throw protects him from a hit. I mean, and he gets hit at the end. Whew! Let's get it going. My goodness. Another great design here. Watch these double crossers coming. And again, this is Joe Burrow extending the play. I love the insert play action. Quick sudden movement to his left. Hits the over. Now, this is one of those plays for me that I love the design. So first, let's watch the sniffer. Insert. So we've got both those guys coming. Got the sniffer and the back coming across. Just looks like run. Then we've got the double crossers, but watch that movement. Left tackle takes an L inside. Joe Burrow, big sudden movement, 2 hands on the ball. I mean, I'm just so jealous. So awesome. And because he's able to extend the play there with his feet and pocket mobility, he takes a route concept that really shouldn't be there, but is because he's able to make it so hard on the defensive back. So to me, this works itself out to a variation of quarters, right? Cover 4, just variations of everybody's got a quarter of the field. Normally, you would not want to throw an over into quarter because there's going to be a guy right there. The rest of the combination, I think they go over here, and then they run just kind of a deep go, clear, whatever you want up top. Now, maybe because this dude is a dude, you'd think, all right, with that, maybe he gets doubled or gets enough attention that they're take 2, and you can kind of hit this kind of like a little bit shallower of an over. But that's asking a lot. I don't have a whole lot of confidence that that's going to be there. But when they do this zone insert, come across, when he's able to hit that back foot, give that sudden movement, and still keep his eyes down the field for this route all the way across the field, that then creates the separation in that second level of defense or 2.5 level of defense to be able to create this space. So, really this whole play is predicated off what is this guy going to do? He's got the chance to be right unless they can't get home, and it stretches that coverage. So watching up top, that far field safety, see him get depth. He opens his hips to go to chase. Right there, you got a pretty good chance to hit that. But because Burrow's able to extend the play, not only is it probably not great safety play, but it's also just great quarterback play. And look at that space. I mean, that's wide ass open. But it's wide open because they couldn't get home up front, and Burrow was able to be elusive enough and stay within the pocket while protecting the ball, eyes down the field to deliver a strike across the field. There's just so many beautiful elements of this type of offensive architecture, quarterback play, vision. Man, on your way to an absolutely special day. My goodness, what a great play. Next one here, 3rd and 2. Bunch of great third down conversions all day. Up top, we're hitting a hole shot to Chase. They try to trap it, cloud it. Got to be able to get it up and down. I think it's even harder in the red area because the areas are going to be more condensed to begin with. But this is 3rd and 2, and you're letting this thing rip. Just supreme confidence in your game. Beautiful high throw. Protect him as much as possible. This is just great players making great plays. Up top, you're going to get a cloud corner. So, to me, this read is right here. You're reading, this guy can't be right. Well, he can be right, but for this one, he's not going to. Come up here. We got the out. We got a little shallow coming with an in. So everything is right to left. And this thing is, if you love it, this is almost like an alert 1, however you want to say it, 1A, whatever. You're reading this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way across right to left. But to make that hole shot, so this is often referred to as a hole shot, this cloud corner with a half field safety over the top. This hole shot, you have to be able to get it up and down. So you need to be able to make this determination on if you want to take it and protect this guy enough high, ball location, up and away, because this safety will be coming downhill from a wide angle usually. And he doesn't have to get as much depth because you're in the red area. He's not worried about a post being thrown over the top. So again, just a really, really great job. Absolutely outstanding footwork, base, timing, anticipation, accuracy. Just about every descriptive element you could use about the quarterback game on full display right here early from Burrow. And it's 3rd and 2. I mean, just outstanding. Love it. Next one here, touchdown. Big boy touchdown off the double move to the number 3. This is a blown coverage. Number 6 gets a little greedy, trying to undercut the stick, and that thing is to the house. Everything except the Jerome Simpson finish there at the end. But my goodness. And again, you know, whether this is, it's a blown coverage, I think, on a few different elements, but Burrow helps himself with just this subtle look off to the left. See him subtly glance to the left and then come back to the right. And again, that's obviously wide ass open. But I think there's a handful of things going on here. First, the middle field player, or if you want to call him the middle field player, I think he might be cheating up top regardless here. But right here is he's able to stay in the middle of the field. This is at least a catch and tackle over here. But because he's either doubling or going this way, he's going to get out of there. And Joe Burrow's eyes probably have something to do with it. But then the route down here at the bottom of the screen, this little stick nod. There's the stick nod, usually tethered with a whip or arrow. You just read whatever happens with this stick nod. So if he beats him with the double move, you know you're going to be able to rip this thing right here. If this defender on the stick nod just gets depth, then you've got this whip or arrow replacing it. So it's 1 to 2 right there. You just replace it, a nice easy read. But right here, I mean, it's never going to come out cleaner than this. So first, let's watch that middle field safety. See him get way over the top. I mean, it looks like he's just basically doubling how far over he's getting. And the way that the slot is playing defense, it looks like they're just doubling Chase in the slot. When he runs an out, he just turns into a double on the outside. Then 6 down here, looks like he just guesses on the out and gets smoked and doesn't even try. Everybody else is playing some iteration of man. My goodness. Love it. Great vision, great play call, great offensive architecture. Nice design here, certainly. Take advantage of where Chase is at, what they're doing with him. Again, you can get these types of plays when you've got a dude on the perimeter who demands special attention. Great job. Next one here, another touchdown. Not quite as dramatic on this one, just a nice easy check down. Got a 7 stop at the bottom with a double post. No, no, yes, check down, and then go lower your pad level, get yourself a touchdown. I love the decisiveness here from Burrow, just to be able and willingness to check it down. Not every throw needs to be a down the field shot. So no, no, look how quickly he gets to the down. Like he almost goes 7 stop to check down. That is actually what he's doing. No, down. So been on different teams that read this different ways. Oh man, look at the, I always want to call him Aubie, but Santa Bengal back there is loving it. So 7 stop, double post for me. Some people will read this just half side. So if we're going to read this just 7 stop, so corner and then hit the brakes like a curl with a little quick out or flat, we've got a double post up here. So bet on teams that will read this, you know, pick a side. So if you're going to work this side, you're just reading how they're playing this smash variation down to the check down. Also been a part of teams that will read this saying 1 to 2 to 3 to the check down. And really that's what Davis Mills did in the video I did yesterday when he hit this post going across the field. But right here in the red area, it's kind of nice to be able to go pick a side, no, right down to the check down, because it does a lot of things. It gets you easy completion in the red zone. It moves the chains. You're not holding on to the ball. You're not taking sacks. Again, how decisive is that from a quarterback position? Back foot, no. Check down, yes. That's playing quarterback in the league at a really high level as far as the processing, what they're asking him to do. Great job getting it down, and obviously good things happen. You don't always have to get through the full field read to be able to play quarterback. Just get it down, get a completion, and get a touchdown all in the same breath. Love it. Lots to like. But it wasn't all perfect. It really wasn't. Right here in a 2-minute drive, 87 seconds left. They're in a bit of an exotic after they've gashed him a couple plays. They're not going to let him just move the field down the field easily, take advantage of an overload pressure. And this is, to me, is one of those things that Burrow will just get better and better at, because obviously, just look at the front here. I mean, this is a crazy exotic. So we've got 5 people, 4.5, however you want to slice it, that going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if we were to get everybody, 4 guys going back this way, and the back off this side, that'd still be tough. Because I mean, look at the angles that all these guys have. It's tough. But both these 2 guys are going out. And I would say that's where the true fault lies as far as just the pure scheme, how you're going to line this thing up. So once both these guys are going out to these 2, which I make the argument that you wouldn't want. There's another guy in 11 technique out there for all the inside joke peeps. But we're in trouble. I would also say that I would love the back here. It looks, in my opinion, that the back should be going 1 to 2 with his duel. Again, you know, he steps up, blocks this. Maybe you have enough time with the outside guy being in a green dog to see him blocking and then go. But obviously, a couple gaps here as far as execution. And maybe, you know, someone could obviously have made a huge mistake too. But look at the left guard, left tackle. They're both going out. So you got no chance to block 5 guys to one side. Again, I think 28 should probably be on 31. And then we'll be hot off the green dog on the right. Either way, we're going to be hot. And it looks like he's surprised. And 1st and 10 in a 2-minute situation, you see why you'd be surprised. The defensive end or outside backer is outside the number 3. He's playing like a apex out there, but he's rushing the entire way. I just don't think you need the left guard to go 2. So how they do their declarations, pass pro, I'm not going to pretend to tell you. But the easiest fix with stuff like that is to just get into full slide. And, you know, the reason you don't do full slide in the league is because you don't really want your back to come up and usually block an edge rusher. So normally, like the guy over here who's playing the 2.5 technique, 11 technique, he doesn't look like a DB type. So you wouldn't want the back blocking him. But right here, this looks like a slightly littler guy. I'm not going to pretend to tell you I know the Ravens personnel, but maybe you could get away with that. But in this type of look with all these guys to this side, the easiest way to be would be full slide to the right, back come across, and just make sure you're blocked up enough to get the ball out, or to not take a direct sack from someone running free in the B gap. But again, you know, there's different types of issues pass pro on Sundays because you're dealing with ridiculous edge players. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. Then if you are looking for even more quarterback school content, Hop over to the Quarterback School Patreon community, really in-depth dives over there, really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. And then if you are looking to take your football knowledge, IQ level to the next game, level up, check out the Quarterback School courses. Have a bunch of different courses. My favorite content that I've created for the channel is over there. The links are in the description. I appreciate it. Let's keep it going. 3rd and 16. Had a bunch of just ridiculous 3rd and long conversions in this game. Really kind of silly. Honestly, pee-wee-ish, if we're going to be honest. And really has to do with a lot of numbers of factors. But right here, this is a pretty cool coverage. We've got 3 double teams because they're in 7-person protection. And we just give our guy a shot. Ocho goes up and makes a play. So coverage-wise here, see what's going on. This is pretty cool. So obviously the ball goes up here. It's 3rd and 16. And so if you just throw it up, and even if it gets picked, it's better than a punt. So that's the first part about this type of football. Next thing, coverage-wise, this looks like split field coverage, right? Bunch of different ways to do this. The other thing that makes it a little bit more complicated is you only really have 3 true rushers here. They're only rushing 3. So it allows them to do a little bit more in their coverage structure. So what ends up happening here is we get 3 double teams. So let's just go right to left. So double right here. Okay. See if I can make this happen the entire way. Double. Okay. We get double right here. Now this is pretty exotic. You can get into how a bunch of different iterations of doubling guys, but to get 3 doubles, pretty rare. And just a nice job to say, hey, we're just going to outthrow the coverage here to a certain extent. And then because they're in 7-person protection with the 2 other eligibles back here, both these guys are just one-on-one and with a 3-person rush. So good luck getting a conversion on this anytime. 3rd and 16. The thing that I love about beating bracket coverage, and it's a little counterintuitive, but you just have to outthrow the coverage. So normally these guys have all sorts of wild rules about how they're doing it, what the depth is, but very rarely do they think that, hey, they're just going to blow by me. So sometimes it's even you come up and you stutter them at the sticks or just past the sticks and hit it, because when you've got these double teams, you've got somebody on the inside trying to take away those inside breaking routes, somebody on the outside trying to take away all those out breaking routes. And rarely do they think, oh no, he's just going to outthrow this thing down the field. And hardly outthrows it right here, but gives his guy a shot to go make a play. You can see how, both the defenders up top, they're not in a pedal. They're not trying to get out of there and stay over the top of those routes. They're thinking something's coming, someone's breaking in, nothing. And really both the doubles, all the doubles to a certain extent, if you went vertical, you'd got a chance down the field. The inside double up top, certainly. But there's no good options in that. That's just dudes making plays. Love it. And I love the decisiveness here as far as getting it out and giving your guy a shot down the field. But pretty wild coverage. Not a lot of good options. My goodness. That is a great job. We'll push off. A little gentle push off. Never going to get called at the hip. Ever. Nice job. Next one here. Touchdown after a bunch of penalties. Nice little whip route up top. Hits you with 0. No easy answers versus Burrow and the way he's playing in the league, but certainly wouldn't want to live in a world where I'm going to zero him very often, especially with the perimeter talent that they have up there. They got a bunch of winners up here. Oh, speaking of full slide, bringing the back all the way across. This time it's 7-person full slide, but you can see it at least allows you to get the ball off. You don't want to live in this type of stuff, but it's a nice job to at least feel like you're secure playing quarterback. So concept-wise here, after a bunch of holding PIs, we've got 0. Here comes this whip. Again, a little shorty motion. Why do you shorty motion this thing? To not give the defender as much time to think, oh man, I got all this space out here that I can attack. So you short this thing. It could be a shallow, could be anything. Instead, you sell that thing, put your foot in the ground, come out with your feet in the end zone. Right here, he's got a little slant or over. Same thing on the outside, and really all these guys are touchdowns. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Now you got to be able to be blocked up, but right here, really nice job. Offensive architecture, execution, touchdown. Chase, bottom of the screen, the slot, touchdown. 83, touchdown. Love it. Really hard to handle that type of stuff. Great job executing right there when they really good chance that you're going to throw it. Again, really nice pass protection too to be able to do that. The accuracy, the timing of it. Great job. Just having an absolute day. Next one here, 2nd and 8. Eventually going to get to kind of a loose bunch, 3-by-1. This is a wild one right here. Now, lots moving here as far as parts. We'll talk about the Pass Pro. But at the bottom of the screen, to run an in around a cloud corner, I mean, just pretty ridiculous on a number of different levels. I'd probably attribute some of this to just the personnel on the back end, but I want to talk Pass Pro here to start. This thing is what I'm going to call a 7-person half slide. So this is a bad feeling playing quarterback. Not a bad feeling, but it can be a bad feeling if you don't know exactly what's going on. We've got 4 people to the right. We've got, 3.5 to the left. We are half sliding. So these 3 are coming all the way out here. Okay? They are sliding here. And the back is coming right here. Now, to me, we've got issues to the right. Right? If they bring all 4 of these guys, I don't know who's going to block out here. I really don't. But what they count on, and this is why these guys get coached and paid a lot of money, because I would be thinking I need to throw sight adjust here. This is not good math for me. But what they end up getting is a number of things. First, I want to pay attention to what I'm used to calling kickstands. I'm sure the offensive O-line gurus have a fancy term for it. But basically, it's my definition, the way that I coach it, is that when you're sliding away, if you can give help or presence to the gap that you're sliding away from, all it does is help. And so provide some sort of scaffolding to whoever's coming to that gap. So the first thing I want to pay attention to is just this double kickstand. And then the part that allows this thing to work is this A-gap player ends up coming into the other A-gap. So very rarely, I'm talking about unicorn sighting here, in my opinion, will you see an offensive lineman kickstand, turn, pass someone off at the line of scrimmage to the back, and then continue to block their gap. It just doesn't happen. There's so much detail going on here. So first, kickstand, left A gap, double kickstand, boom. I love it. I love it. I need an auxiliary O-line school. I do. I love it so much. Then watch him pass that thing off. Now, does he pass it off or just get beat? I don't know. I think he passes it off, though, because he goes all the way out to that 4-eye and blocks him in the A gap. Sort of blocks him. But you can tell that right tackle, he's going all the way out. We got a math problem to the right. And how they sort this thing out, or sort of, now it doesn't work out perfectly for the center, but he gets enough of them. He does get enough of them. But my goodness, lots of moving parts. You want some more Pass Pro? I know a great course. Click the link in the description. You are welcome. Again, I'm telling you, learning Pass Pro is one of the secret sauces about elevating your quarterback game. Now watch this thing at the bottom of the screen as far as the route. So we're going to get 2 trap. Again, 2 trap. Now, so first of all, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with the cornerback play here, but depending on how you want to do 2 trap, so he's got this flat area. He's coming over the half field. The thing about 2 trap is you need vertical hots. You can't throw anything into the flat. But with the back here, there's an opportunity if you're the cloud corner that you got to think, oh, he's going to throw a flat. I've got threats here. When he all of a sudden shifts over here for the Pass Pro, to me, this normally changes the technique of the trapper. So he can be a little bit more physical. He can be a lot heavier inside. Again, not pretending to know exactly what they're asking him to do, especially with what they've got going on personnel-wise on the back end here. But just paying attention to that. There's no reason for your eyes to go inside when you don't have a threat to the flat as a flat player and allow this guy to run right behind you. So just small little details here about how all these parts link together. But watch the back move. To me, that should signify a corner and safety making a call to change that cloud technique. You can see 29 looking. It's almost like he's looking for it. Like, help me out, buddy. Nothing. So now we get that cloud. Doesn't get a lot of him at the bottom of the screen. Run right around him. And quarterback-wise, I've talked about this a bunch, but still, Joe Burrow, 2 hands on the ball, subtle pocket movement inside the pocket, eyes down the field, keeping his base is simply outstanding. I just can't get enough of it. So just so many moving parts. Double kickstand, boom. Quarterback movement, 2 hands on the ball, eyes down the field, wrapping an in around a cloud corner. I mean, special. Special on a bunch of different levels. Right here, we just got double post away from the middle field close player. Not if this is a true middle field close player, the safety at the bottom of the N. We'll take the one up top. Thank you very much. That's too damn easy. That really is too easy. So half of this is just being, what they're doing structurally, defensively. Watch 31. Because he's way out here, double and chase, or giving the impression of that, you've got so much space up top that's essentially routes on air. So this is one of those ones where you just, when you're playing quarterback, sometimes you're like, I can't believe this is happening outside the hash. And again, this is what happens when you've got a special dude at wide receiver. So we're able to take this right here. If he's in the middle of the field or splitting the formation, so say he splits the middle of the formation, where is that? It's probably somewhere right here. Then pre-snap, you just go away from him because we've just got double post here, double glance, whatever you want to call it. But because he's so far over here, I mean, he's literally outside the hash to the boundary, to the short side. You're not going to throw this, but you have that much more room for this. I mean, it feels like it's cheating because it's that easy, but they've got a bunch of guys who are talented out there for sure on the perimeter, but this is making the reads easy. You still got to go out there and execute and throw a strike. But my goodness, I mean, look at 31. And again, this is as much of anything as just you got to have a plan to take away one. And when you have a plan, you usually leave something else vulnerable if you're trying to take something away. And if they have enough depth to be able to do that on the perimeter and still make plays, then you're in trouble when they've got time to be able to get it off. But there won't be very many easier throws and reads than that for Joe Burrow. Last couple here, 3rd and 18. It's just kind of disgusting. Took some weird sacks on first down late in the game here. Loved the fact that they kept spinning it. We're throwing a little hinge up top. Just simply too much space after he catches the ball. Got to come up and make that tackle. Waiting for it, passive, and getting trucked for a first down. Just simply unacceptable defense. But again, you still got to go out there and execute it. Love the fact that they go 7-person protection here. Secure it, give yourself a chance, and that's an easy handoff. That's just simply too much space. Again, one more time, that hinge route up top and really running mirrored routes on the outside. Have either side. You got even if they, defensively, I think the most frustrating thing is let him catch it, then rally up, and you got to tackle him right there. You can't give them so much space that they can catch it, put a move on, and still lower their shoulder. That's just way too much space. 3rd and 18 situation, just demoralizing on so many different levels. But Joe Burrow executing, giving his guy a shot, get the ball out on time, great throw, nice pass pro. But that finish, simply not good enough defensively. And then finally here, last one, another 3rd down, 3rd and 4. This just Joe Burrow making a play. I mean, just flicking it 50 yards. No, eyes down the field. Just throw it. Outthrow the coverage to a running back down the field, 50 yards on the run. Pretty outstanding. I mean, my goodness. It's not there. I love the fact that he can turn it down, Big Ben style. No. Eyes down the field, 2 hands. Again, I mean, I know I've said it a bunch in this video, but 2 hands on the ball. Stay alive within the pocket, eyes down the field, and let it rip, an easy 50-yard flick. Just a tick inside, but my goodness, that's a beautiful, beautiful throw. Great job, too, from the back, being able to make that type of play. But, I mean, they do a decent job coverage-wise here. There's nowhere to go with the ball. Now you got to get him down. That's the thing. That's the other element of his game, whether it's scramble to run, get a first down, scramble to throw, vision, and the capacity and ability to be able to make that throw while moving. So you can do everything right defensively, coverage-wise. But if you can't get him down, if you're dropping 8, see they're only rushing 3, dropping 8, well, now we're in trouble. because we've stretched the defense so far. If somebody's out of position, he makes you pay. So that is a wrap. Joe Burrow not playing Pee-wee football. Pretty funny on a number of different levels with that game. Lots of subplots as far as Burrow, the Ravens. Fun to unpack it a little bit, but my goodness. Have yourself a day throwing the ball. Fun to see the schemes, the execution, the quarterback play at a really high level. So let me know what you thought of the video. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.